Today our story is about a girl whose name is Michael, and he comes to settle in an old house with his parents. After some time Michael starts to realize that there is no milk shed near his house. Stays after Michael tries to tell his parents and school friends, but no one is willing to listen to him if tries to talk today, on which he realizes that he is not a ghost, but a magical person like he is a handsome man who has two big wings. This man is Michael's. Stay tuned to know how this turns out. At the beginning of the story, we see Michael moving into an old house with his parents. Well, Michael's father bought the house, and the parents look very excited about the house. Because Michael's mother is pregnant and soon she is going to give birth to a child, due to which they are not able to pay much attention to Michael. Michael does not like this house very much. Our bidding to Michael has acrophobia because of which he cannot jump from the swimming clot. Then a boy drives Michael away from the troublemakers and both of them become friends. One day he is sitting outside his house for his mother, then suddenly a small mouse appears. Michael chases the rat and comes to an old town near the house. That shed is very scary. Meanwhile, Michael hears someone's voice there. He starts to tell this but sees that his mother's condition is getting worse. Distressed, Michael calls an ambulance. Michael's mother gives birth to a premature baby girl, which will require her to be kept in the hospital for a few days. But when they go to check that shed, they do not find anything. After some time, he talks about that shed to a girl living there. With the help of the girl, Michael goes to check the shed, only then he sees that Shade is a strange little man who is very sick and in bad shape. But Michael sees that his father is worried about the baby's health, and closes the door of the room while talking on the phone. Michael doesn't take his words seriously because at that time his main focus is on swimming competition, and asks Micro to do the competition too. On the way back from school Michael meets his neighbor, which is strange. Michael doesn't talk to her. Michael Shade I go back, and help that man asks for, but it's weird Michael flatly refuses to do so. The next day he visits his parents and baby sister, where he learns that his condition is worse than before. Tells him about his sister. The old lady gives Michael a grape and says that everything will be fine, nothing to worry. We will see in the next scene that Michael and his father are ordering food at home. Michael takes the leftover food and gives it to the man in the shed after a long time. The man appears a lot after eating food. Then I notice one thing, that there are two wings on the man's bag, and the wings are also scattered at different places in the shed. Michael tells the lady about that strange man in the hospital. The old lady asks Michael to help her, and again Ba gives grapes in Cal's hand, and then we see that Baika's sister and family come back home. He looks happy to see his sister and takes food and medicine for that man in the city, so that the man's health starts to recover. One day Michael is playing with his friend, when suddenly he comes to know that his baby sister's condition is getting worse, and he is sent to the hospital again. But a strange man starts taking off. Maybe he is looking at me. He also understands Michael's condition. Meanwhile Michael's neighbor comes there and to mend Michael's boot, she takes him to an article where there is also an old tower. Michael feels good after talking to her. Michael can do nothing to save his sister. That's why he starts getting worried all the time, that there is a hope that maybe that strange man can help save my sister. Michael goes to that man and tells him about his sister's condition, and also says that I am sure that you have magical powers with which you will cure my sister, but even today Bai tells tomorrow that whether it is a child or a young man, everything on this earth has to be filled one day. He doesn't help. Michael walks away sadly. The next day Michael introduces his neighbor to the man. That's all. She is shocked to see the poor man. Michael's father gets upset seeing his daughter's condition and proceeds to break down the shed. Michael jumps on his bed to stop his father from doing so, causing the ceiling of the room collapses and Michael falls down on the bed from the ceiling. The next day, Michael meets her and the lady again. Seeing Michael upset, she gives him courage and tells that we should face the difficulties in life firmly. Only then the doctor tells that his system has every problem, and we will not be able to save him. While watching the film, Michael's father, while cleaning the house, suddenly sets out to destroy the shed again. Despite stopping yesterday, he does not stop. Michael's father sets the shed on fire, while Michael, with the help of his neighbor, kills the man. Succeeds in taking him out of the tower to the old tower, Michael's father is seen decorating the house. Michael's sister and mother return home, and everyone lives happily ever after. The girl, because of which he has recovered a lot, the man tells them that he is not a human being but a creator, and what is his name written, and since mankind has been around this world, it is alive and living on earth. Then he shows them his broken ones which are getting along with time, and one day he starts walking while saving that man. The bike's arm was burnt due to Scales holds the hand of Michael and his neighbor, all three start flying in the air, after which both of them together wash the wings of Skellig and heal his condition. Skellig comes out looking better than before and sees that his hand is completely healed. Then he realizes that he is a magical creature who has become depressed and hopeless due to living too long lives alone and has lost confidence in himself. The next day, Michael's sister is to be operated upon. Michael comes running to reach her and asks him to help, but he says no one can help you. Being emotional, Taboo dies. Knowing that the lady is dead, Michael remembers the lady's words of love that if you are good then good will happen to you. Never forget humanity. Michael runs back to the scanner to ask for help. Michael V's friend loses the competition because Michael didn't turn up. Worried, he goes to meet him, and on the way is seen moving towards the tower. He tries to find out the reason from Michael but tells him that my sister's life is in danger and promises to tell everything later. His friend goes back from there and says, you are a good man, so please save my sister. He again denies and says, yeah, denaya ho or belly janata, and I know you can fix everything. Yes, but don't want to do it, saying that I will bring your trust back. Michael climbs to jump from the top of the tower, knowing that he is afraid of heights. Micro jumps from the tower. On seeing this, the scholar saves the lives of the bikers by flying, and both of them start flying from above. Because of this little girl, hope again arises in Skellig, and she is like before what to write. He starts to realize that the world needs him. He keeps flying over the mountains and jungles for a long time. In the middle of the way, he gets caught by the eyes of the bikes. Makes the mother listen with the help of magic, and heals the baby girl by taking her in his hands. The doctors are surprised to see the baby girl is fine. The next day, Michael's neighbor wakes her up and he runs to the house to see his sister. After healing his sister, tears of joy start flowing in his eyes because he knows Michael names his sister the name of the lady who taught her to help others and never give up hope. Everyone was now a happy family. Michael meets his friend and the two resolve misunderstandings between them. Forgetting, Michael goes back to the scale tower with his neighbor. They thank him by giving him his favorite food and scaling. Michael tells them it's time to go. You've given me my hope back by which I will help mankind again. The world needs me, and in this way, friends, this film ends with happy Andy. You will definitely tell us how you liked this film, and if you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, do it now, so that we keep bringing such amazing movies for you. Till then, we bid you farewell.